Okay, this is Matt. I'm here in Vegas, stuck in Vegas, always in Vegas. I'm going to go over Week 13 recap. Again, just so you'll know, all these NFL selections are per the quick and dirty NFL football handicapping method by Ken Osterman. There's a link below if you're interested in just getting more information. The link is to Amazon. It's available in Kindle or paperback. Been doing this ever since week 4. Real big success using this method. And anyway, so this is last week, which concluded on a Tuesday. The method was 8 wins and 2 losses. I'll go over them quickly. I personally bet 3 of these games. I always bet a subset of these picks, and I was 2-1. My one of the losses I had was the only loss I had. One of the 2 losses that the Osterman method had was Texans. Texans, I took the +3, and the Colts won. That was depressing. So I lost that one. So did Osterman. And then the Jaguars +10. That was a win, even though they lost. And then Jets +8. God, that was a heartbreaker. I thought they were going to win. They kind of screwed up at the end. They should have won the game. But they got the money for the bettors. And then the Browns +5.5. They flat out won by 16 over the Titans. They look really good. Browns are starting to look like they're for real. Giants, I bet that one myself too, along with the pick by Osterman's method. Giants +11. They beat the Seahawks by 5. God, that must have been a monster morning, a money line. And then, so that's 4 wins and a loss. And then we had Patriots +2. They won by 45 points over the Chargers. That was something else. Patriots might be looking real. They might, I don't know. I thought they were just all washed up this season, but they still got a shot. Broncos +13.5. I don't know if the Broncos looked good. I think the Chiefs just didn't look that good. They failed to cover for the 4th, 5th week in a row, something like that. But the Broncos, that was a win. And then Bills +1. I had the Bills. I bet that one myself. And then Redskins +7. Alex Smith, great story. Really rooting for the guy. And Steelers had their first loss. They didn't look good. In the past, when they didn't look good, they still won. But Alex Smith was he just was ready to play. And then the method had Tuesday night football. Cowboys +7.5. Actually, it finished at +8.5. Really didn't matter. It was a sad game. The Ravens covered the point spread easily. So, in conclusion, we got 8 wins and 2 losses. And I was writing down accumulation of the picks, the wins and losses for this method, and there's been 1 or 2 pushes. I have to update the website, Teela-Books.com. I'll put all that up there so you can see how this method is done, starting in it was week 4, because the method, you need three games in order to calculate a point spread. So I'll update our website. It'll be under I'll have a link right on the front page, first page. Now, so week 14 picks. Quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now there's 10 bets. Starting with Thursday night football. This method has Patriots by 6 points. Rams are actually 5.5 point favorites, so obviously that's you bet on the underdog, since they were supposed to be the favorite. Some of that is distorted, I think, this number, because of their huge 45 point victory, but still +5.5 Patriots Thursday night. Then there's going to be the Bengals. Should be -2.5. They're actually underdogs at +3.5 against the Cowboys. That actually looks like a decent bet. The Bengals aren't great, but they do well against the spread for the most part. Cardinals, Giants -6, but they're +2.5. That's an easy bet, +2.5. I'm going to take that too. The Cardinals have been struggling. I think their quarterback might be playing a little hurt right now. And the Giants, they're starting to think that they're a playoff team. They're looking at winning the division right now. If they can fend off the Redskins, then they could easily win the division. But I think that Alex Smith is really looking good right now. So that'll be interesting. But I think they can beat the Cardinals. They're +2.5 with this method. Take the +2.5. Texans, supposedly -7 point. They're 7-point favorites according to Osterman's method. They're only -1.5. So, yeah, give the nod to the Texans here. Vikings, Buccaneers. This method has the Buccaneers by 2.5 points, but they're -6.5. They're being overbet according to this method. So it's Vikings +6.5. I don't think I'd go near that one though, because I don't like Kirk Cousins. I just think he's too spastic. He could go out there and have a great game. They could win easy and look like they're great, but they have their second half so far of their season so far has been a much better improvement over how they started. But still, I still think they have consistency problems from week to week. But Vikings +6.5. Chiefs, Dolphins. Yeah, the quick and dirty method has Dolphins -1.5. The Chiefs are -7.5 here in Vegas, and the Chiefs I don't think they've covered the spread in 4 or 5 games. They're just real mediocre. So yeah, I can see that. +7.5 is definitely the bet according to this method, and I'm going to go with the Dolphins too. I like that bet. Might make a note of that one. Should make a note of which bets I'm going with. Let me quickly go over the other 1, 2, 3. Got 4 more bets with this method. Jets +13.5 is the wager according to Osterman. The quick and dirty method has Seahawks by 5.5 here in Vegas. They're -13.5. So. Yeah, I know they're the Jets, but +13.5. Darnold wasn't too bad last week, so that I could see that. I could see that happening. Falcons, yeah, the quick and dirty method has the Falcons by 11 points. Here in Vegas, the Falcons are only 2.5 point favorites, so that's a pretty big overlay according to this method. So it's Falcons over the Chargers. Take the lay the -2.5 to use crap terminology. Saints, Eagles. Saints are 7-point favorites here in Vegas. Yeah, this method has the Saints pegged at -12. So yeah, they're being underbet. I guess that I don't know why either, because the Saints, their backup quarterback or their young guy, the heir apparent, is doing well. And the Eagles suck. I can't even watch the Eagles play. Sorry, Eagles fans. I can't even watch them. So even if I were to bet that game, I'm watching that game because I'll be rooting. Well, I would be rooting for the Saints to pulverize the Eagles if I bet on them. -7. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take the Saints -7 here. And then Redskins 49ers +3 Redskins. That's the wager. The pick here with the Osterman's method, quick and dirty method. Yeah, the point spread according to this method should be 10.5 on the Redskins. They're underdogs at +3. Redskins will be +3. To summarize the 10 wagers this week, let me go over and see which ones I'm looking at. I think I'm looking at the Bengals, and definitely the Giants. Yeah, the Texans should be able to crush the Bears, and Dolphins, and Saints. I think I'm going to be making several bets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like 5 of these 10 bets. Anyway, to go over the 10, we got Thursday night Patriots +5.5. And then starting on Sunday, it's Bengals plus 3.5, Giants plus 2.5, Texans minus 1.5, Vikings plus 6.5, Dolphins plus 7.5, Jets plus 13.5, Falcons minus 2.5, Saints minus 7, and Redskins plus 3. And that'll be it for the picks. Again, if you're interested more about the book and the method, easy to learn, easy to apply. It's available on Amazon. Link in the description below. And good luck.